Stephanie,
Okay.
what do you feel is the most common misconceptions, right, around utilizing a CRM effectively or at a high level?
I think the biggest misconception or the beginning of that fear that people have is that they either need to know it all or they don't get to know anything. And so when we can take the tools and the systems that exist that are available to us, and we can take them in these bite-sized chunks, it makes it much easier to digest. It makes it much easier for us to feel that we can be in control of the system, like we keep saying, that it works for us, not the other way around. So it doesn't have to be an all or nothing thing. With the CRM that we have at EXP with KV Core, there are hundreds of tools, resources, systems, little add-ons that you can include. I probably use maybe 30% of them. So even me being that top producing agent doesn't use everything. You don't have to use everything. Find the things that speak to your business model, find the things that speak to your business plan, and maximize those things. And the stuff that doesn't speak to you, put it behind you, file it away
I
for
love it.
another day.
I love it, and that speaks again to that leverage and taking a look at what your business model is and how to utilize that technology. Maybe you're focused on probate, maybe it's for sale by
Mhm.
owners, whether it's social media, maybe it's only by referral only, and just your network. You've been in the
Right.
area quite a while. Whatever your lead funnel looks like for your independent business, you want to be able to effectively leverage. So take us through maybe a few niches, or it sounds like your focus is
Mhm.
social media and funneling and that kind of thing. There's some incredible strategies that are out there, and I know that can be utilized
Yeah.
through, for instance, KV Core or any CRM that has that functionality. Walk us through that. What does that look like?
Yeah, absolutely. There are some systems that I come to over and over for how I generate leads. I generated 1,700 leads in my first 12 months in this industry, and there was kind of two challenges that I was up against. One, how do I maximize the time that I had available? Because I still had my full-time job. I didn't have the luxury of going, okay, we're going to take this leap of faith and gosh, let's hope that we can still pay the mortgage in 3 months. I could not
Right.
do that. And if a lot of agents coming into this are in that same boat, we don't have the luxury of going from security to, a hope and a prayer. So I had to figure out, well, I'm at the time was working 50, 60 hours a week. So I wasn't willing to work another 50, 60 hours a week in this new real estate job. So what was at my disposal that would make my job easier? So the two things that I use most frequently within our system is landing pages, which is basically like creating a little single website that kind of welcomes people to your business. And I use the automated follow-up campaigns. And I built the campaigns myself. And I know we have like a little list of some of the other common things that I think people can dig into. But landing pages or squeeze pages, and those automated follow-up, which I don't think is here on the list. Number one, the landing pages was kind of a digital billboard for me and my business. I focused a lot on marketing different types of properties. I was also that first time home buyer whisperer. I joke that I was the queen of the $150,000 house my first year. I
There
was
you
the
go.
queen of, hey, you need down payment assistance? Don't worry, we got you. So being able to market to what I sort of felt was my demographic. My husband and I had just bought our first house 2 years prior, and I still remembered what that was like. So knowing who my audience or who I felt my audience was, and so I could create something that spoke to them, that was out on, at that point, only Facebook was all I was focused on, to get people responding to my message. And I was able to do it in a way that looked professional. I didn't need to know how to build a website. I didn't need to know how to do coding. It was literally plug and play. And so I could go, hey, looking for list of homes, have a big family, need a home for little money, get your list of homes under 200,000 with at least 4 bedrooms. I could narrow down my message a little bit and get folks
Get the
curious,
phone to ring, right?
get the
Yeah.
phone to ring, get email address and phone numbers, and give them something for that exchange of their information. For me, a lead is a name, an email address, and a phone number. I need all three in order for me to feel like it's valid. So being able to exchange, hey, I've got some information that you're going to find really valuable, and this is what I need. And the landing pages in KV Core were able to create that for me. Well, I would get a lead come in. Great. Well, it was 2:00 on a Tuesday, and I was at a meeting with my director of operations, and we know that speed to lead is so important in sales,
Absolutely.
not just real estate sales, but in sales in general. So knowing that our CRM also had a system that when a lead came in, it would send out something with my name on it, and I could dictate what they would get. So within 5 minutes of that lead coming in, they would get a text message from me. Hey, this is Stephanie Stone with eXp Realty. Thanks so much for answering our ad on homes available for no money down. Tell me a little bit more about what you're looking for. And I could still be in my meeting with my day job and know that that person wasn't going to be contacted by another agent more quickly than they would by me.
It's automated, right?
It's
It's the
automated.
response.
It
Absolutely.
absolutely. And then they would get something maybe 2 days later, even if they hadn't responded. So it almost felt like my CRM was a little bit of a personal assistant, like a little bit of that follow-up person, waiting for them to get a hot one who was responding. And then I could jump in and become organically me, become that service versus sales sort of person. Once we figured out, okay, what was the thing that they were going to respond to? What was that hook? That got them to go, yes, I want to know more, or yes, here's my situation, or yes, how can you help me? So those two things, especially my first 6 or 7 months while I was balancing this dual career thing, was invaluable, because there's no way that generating 1,700 leads in my first year to get my 19 deals, all I would be doing would be on my phone sending text messages and emails and making phone calls, and I wouldn't have time to focus on the folks who were ready, willing, and able to use my services.
Love it. Love it. To learn more about how we can help you, your team, or your brokers grow, or to learn more about our 100-day, 100K guarantee, go to TonyDKing.com or click the link in the description.